You have to be careful what you pray for. You need to pray and ask God to prepare you for those blessings and to be the person that is deserving and knows what to do with those blessings. So many of us have destroyed good people because we experienced them in a time in our lives when we just were not ready. Sometimes we get into people's lives and try to play God, and God has to remind you who He is and who you are. You cannot fix people. You cannot change people. Even when God is changing you, you have to be willing to accept the change. So if that's the case, what makes you think you're any different? What makes you think you can do more than God can do? I know we can be excited to meet new people, but be careful with how much you pour out of your cup. Just like we seek love, some of us want to give love. Some of us are just waiting to find a person that is deserving of our love. So much so that we'll give it to the wrong person in hopes that one day they'll see us, one day they'll appreciate us, and one day they'll love us back the same. Do you often dream about what true, genuine love would feel like? Do you ever wonder what it would be like for someone to really want you, for somebody to really fight for you, for somebody to constantly show up for you, for somebody to just see you? Some of us that are waiting for that love, oh so patiently, have actually ran into this love, but we were either too broken or too afraid to accept it. You see, love can be tricky sometimes, especially when you have never experienced healthy love. Some of us are used to love looking chaotic. Some of us are used to love being painful. Some of us are used to love leaving us. Some of us are used to love tricking us. And with that being said, it becomes your new norm. So when someone does come in and genuinely try to love on you, someone that challenges you, that doesn't look like love to you. That looks like something that is unfamiliar and something that you are not willing to accept because you're not used to being challenged. You're used to just being belittled, berated, told what to do, told how you're not good enough. And in your eyes, in your brain, that is what love looks like. So I want to challenge you to do whatever soul searching, research, reading, therapy session, whatever it is that you need to do to understand what true, genuine, healthy love looks like. Because it's hard for you to find something when you don't even know what you're looking for. And especially when you have experienced nothing but heartbreak, nothing but trauma, nothing but pain. When those things enter your life, your body responds as if it's a good thing. But it's really not a good thing. It's just something that your body is familiar with. So do yourself a favor. Detox from the unhealthy love. Because don't get it twisted. Love is definitely going to have its ups and downs. And that's even with the love that you have with yourself. Most days, I'm sure you look in the mirror and sometimes you just don't like what you see. Whether it's the person that you're becoming, whether it's the way you look, whether it's the way you're thinking, the decisions that you've been making. Some days you don't really like that person that you are. And that's the same way that it's going to be when you're dealing with your partner, when you're dealing with your friendships, when you're dealing with your family. It all looks the same. So give yourself grace. when you're dealing with yourself and when you're dealing with others. Give yourself room to process. I know time is precious and sometimes it's just not on our side, but sometimes you just have to take the time that you need so that you can make the best decision for you. And the best decision is not always to run away, because sometimes you could be running away from a good thing and you don't want to look back on that experience and feel like, damn, that's really the one that got away. So I want to officially welcome you guys to I'm Just Saying, the podcast where we keep it real about love, life, and relationships. I am Jess, your host and your favorite new online bestie / big sister, and I am here to drop nothing but gems for you. I want all of us to be happy. I want all of us to be healthy. I want all of us to be successful in whatever that looks like for you, because it's not going to look the same for everyone. So stop looking for validation. Stop looking for people to agree with you. Stop over explaining yourself. You know what's best for you. You know what you need. And true, sometimes we don't get it right. We don't. But hey, we got to start somewhere. So before we dive on in, I want you guys to go ahead and get cozy. Grab your water, your wine, your blanket. And I just want you guys to chill with me. Tap in. This is going to be our late night chat. We are switching to a new vibe. This was always meant to be a nighttime chat. And I'm like, let me give nighttime vibes. So it's going to be like a pajama party. It's going to be like a pajama party where we just sit down and have some late night girl chat. So I hope you guys are ready. So let's talk about my experience with love. My experience with love, one of my first memories is love is kind. Love shows up for you. Love, it feels like it's this sensation, you know? But as a child, one of my very first experiences with love is love not being continuous, is the feeling of abandonment, the feeling of one choosing themselves over you. And I felt that feeling from people that I love dearly. And so in turn, I grew up feeling that no matter who I love, how much I love them, it's a possibility they'll always leave. So what I did, I would try to beat them to the punch. I would try to save myself the heartbreak by breaking up with them first. And it didn't always work out in my favor. And sometimes it was a rushed decision, but I can truly say that anybody that I've cut off was definitely the right decision. Because the thing about that is, even when I was making wrong decisions, I know God was looking out for me. I know that God was ordering my steps. And in a moment, I could not make sense of it. I could not quite understand why I was making the decisions that I was making. But in the end, it all turned out the way that it was supposed to be. I've had my abusive experiences. I've had my trust issues when it comes to love. I've had lack of loyalty when it comes to love. And I've had that burning fire, that instant, just, that gut feeling, those butterflies. And you look for that spark and you think that love is supposed to always be that way. But sometimes that spark is a warning. It's not a sign that something great is about to happen to you or is about to come towards you. It is a sign that you should probably go in the other direction. And unfortunately, I did not listen to those signs because I was and kind of still am. I'm that girl that just has to see it through. I have to see what's on the other side. And fortunate for me, I'm working on that in therapy. But I just have to see. It's like if I'm feeling this feeling, it has to be something there. And I'll even tell myself, even if it's just a little something, it may not all be great. Love's not going to be perfect. People aren't perfect. I'm not perfect. And with that mindset, I give everybody all the chances. I give everybody all the grace. And I give it so much until I have nothing left. I would give a person all of me until I had absolutely nothing left. And I am here to tell you that nobody walking this earth is worth all of you. Nobody. Nobody walking this earth is your creator. Nobody walking this earth is going to guaranteed always be there for you. It's just not how life is. And I think that once we acknowledge that people are people, people are going to make mistakes. People are going to hurt you. People are going to let you down. You'll really begin to appreciate the true connections that you make with people. Because nobody's going to be perfect, not even you. We always have something that we can work on. We always have something that we can do better. And we always have things where we're lacking. And once we accept that, we'll truly be able to appreciate the people that do give us those experiences of love. And once you're able to identify healthy love, you will have unlocked the key to true happiness in this life. So like I said, when it comes to love and relationships, there are going to be people that challenge you. There are going to be people that don't agree with you. There are going to be people that try to push you. But the one thing you have to ask yourself is this challenge going to make me better? Are they looking down on me, or are they trying to push me up to be better, to do better, to reach my highest potential? Because the funny thing is, you have to be careful what you pray for. Because before you start praying for certain blessings to come towards you, you need to pray and ask God to prepare you for those blessings and to be the person that is deserving and knows what to do with those blessings, because you don't want to pray for these things and they come to you and you destroy them. So many of us have destroyed good people because we experienced them in a time in our lives when we just were not ready. And this message is specifically for those people that try to love people through their pain. You cannot heal them. You cannot fix them. You can only do what God will allow you to do. And when your time is up, you will be removed. Because you cannot sacrifice yourself for them. Because you'll sacrifice yourself and they will still be the same person. Sometimes we get into people's lives and try to play God. And God has to remind you who He is and who you are. You cannot fix people. You cannot change people. That's His job. And even He can only do that when the person accepts it. The person has to be willing. So you see, even when God is changing you, you have to be willing to accept the change. So if that's the case, what makes you think you're any different? What makes you think you can do more than God can do? Because you can't. You're just going to exhaust yourself, and you're going to leave your cup empty, and you're going to leave that situation worse than the way you came in. So take care of yourselves when you're out here dealing with these relationships, when you're making connections. I know we can be excited to meet new people, but be careful with how much you pour out of your cup. Be careful. Because just like we seek love, some of us want to give love. Some of us are just waiting to find a person that is deserving of our love. So much so that we'll give it to the wrong person in hopes that one day they'll see us, one day they'll appreciate us, and one day they'll love us back the same. But like I said, you can't love people into change. They have to want to change. So I want to challenge you to this. If someone is not loving you properly, choose you. If someone is abusing you, choose you. If someone is taking advantage of you, choose you. And if someone does not respect you, choose you. Sometimes choosing you is the hardest thing that you can do. But I'm here to tell you, it must be done. It has to be done. Because how can you expect anybody else to choose you if you won't even choose you? And I just want to remind you, don't be afraid of the love that looks different. Don't be afraid of the love that challenges you. Don't be afraid of the love that pushes you to be greater. Because all of those things are a sign of growth. And what's better than growing with someone who truly loves you? So don't shy away from the hard parts of love, because you're deserving of it. You've come this far. You are definitely deserving of it. And I want to leave you with this. When I was in elementary school, one of my teachers would always say, you don't lose what you use. And thinking back, I would often think about, oh, you're talking about school books and this and that. But really, it's about anything. And using doesn't have to mean physically using. It just means putting your energy into. So think about that when it comes to your relationships. Think about that when it comes to love. If you are not pouring energy into those things, you will lose them. That's just the way it is. You will lose them. So if you have someone that has a few flaws, has some shortcomings, sometimes they have hard days, sometimes you guys just don't see eye to eye, and maybe you don't understand each other, but you know that they are worth your love just as much as you are worth theirs, don't throw in the towel. Fight for it. Use what you have. Use that love to build something amazing. Be great. Be happy. Be loved. Be together. Just be. This life is hard enough, and I know we're in an era where a lot of women have experienced horrible relationships. I get it. And sometimes it seems like it's so much easier to just quit. But quitting should never be an option, especially not if it's something that you really want. So if you are someone that desires love, don't give up on it. Fight for it. And start with loving yourself the proper way. Don't ignore the things that you need. Listen to your body. Use that PTO. Eat right, go to the gym. And listen, I'm talking to myself too, because sometimes, some days, I can make up every excuse in the world to not do the things that I need to do. But we have to start moving differently if we want our outcomes to be different. And I'm here to support you through it. So if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. And before you go, I want you to drop in the chat, what does healthy love mean to you? And what is something that you truly love about yourself? So once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in tonight. From one lover girl to another, I pray that if love has not already, that it finds you very soon and you live the most loving, happy, joyful life. And don't forget to share this episode with a friend. Anybody. I'm sure you have a good girlfriend that really needs to hear this message and needs to be reminded not to give up on love. And until next time, I'm just saying, but girl, what are you saying?